All right, let's see here. All right, so here's the SPY. This is a watch list video for July 14th. Was able to get up and running with my new PC I had built while my other one is still being assessed. Pretty proud of the fact that a couple late nights trying to get everything set up, but was able to log in and trade today, and had a very nice day. Basically paid for the new PC I bought, so pretty good day. And I'll show you a couple of those in just a second, but let's just quickly glance at the SPY. Just again, pretty close to all-time highs. I mean, that's one heck of a move since Brexit. Volume is light in the summer, but we're doing a pretty good job in the chat room of kind of sorting out, finding the high flyers, if you will, the in-play stocks, whatever you want to call them. And just a couple examples. I had DGLY on watch for today as a bounce play, and one of our moderators, Wayne, called DGLI. Basically looked like this. Pushed up, came down. As it started to come back up on the candle that I'm not showing you yet, Wayne called it basically if it gets through the open, which it opened at 5:30. So the 5:31 was his entry idea. Look what happens. Ends up going up almost a dollar from there on, I don't know, 15, 20 cents risk, something like that. Just a fantastic call by Wayne. BGI, I called as a morning gap play right here at 231, and literally these are 5-minute candles. Within 5 minutes it went to almost 3. And also called REN right here about 674, and you can see on all of these we were never underwater. They all worked immediately, and that's the ones I sit on my hands and wait until I find a setup that should work right away. So I hate sitting underwater in a stock. So and this one was just right about here and went up well over a dollar from that, 674 to 803. Big move there in that one. So let's go back and start with the watch list for tomorrow. CNR, again, I'm a big fan of the lower priced recent high flyers, if you will. If I get a proper intraday setup, we can make some really nice money in a short period of time. And there's no guesswork involved. You put your money to work, and if it doesn't work, we don't hang out, okay? But that's sort of my bread and butter, if you will. All right, so CNR popped from 102 to 333 at one point. Now it closed all the way back down at $1.80, but still, look at the volume. You don't see any volume spikes like this. So this one, as I say all the time in my videos, it's got to be on watch for the next week. Tomorrow might not be the day. Tomorrow is, let me double check. Tomorrow's Thursday, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow might not be the day. Friday might not be the day. It might be Monday or Tuesday. But keep this one on your radar. All right. I will only take it with a proper intraday setup. LEDS closed here at 812 and then opened all the way down here. So, I liked it, but I don't like that gap down. But, it closed fairly strong. So with a green candle after that big gap down and a stock that can make a massive move like it did this day from 440 to 1135, got to have that on watch. If you're a day trader, you got to have that on a chart. DGLY, just talked about that with Wayne's call at 6, let's see, what did I say, 531? Yeah, 531. I feel like I said 631 earlier, but maybe not. Anyway, looking for just a continuation of that bounce tomorrow, only with a proper intraday setup. ZAGG gapped up and attempted to break out over this kind of recent trading here before closing right up near recent highs, but nice volume. So we'll see if we get a second day play on that one. STXS, whoops, cancel that. You had a nice spike back here and a couple days down and a decent spike again. Gave some of those, it's got a seller up in this area, but this one might just get going and surprise us. Had huge spike back here, huge spike back here. And I always look at the chart, go back, 6 months or so and see if one of these lower priced, lower float stocks has a history of making big moves like that. Those are the ones that are interesting to me. So this one's certainly worth having on radar. TWER. Now this is kind of obscure, but it's interesting still because big volume spike here, big volume spike here. It was over $10 this day, over $6, and now we're in the 250s. And this one had news today. I believe. I hope I'm right about this. I think this was the one where somebody reported a like 9.9% stake. If it's a different symbol, my apologies. Doesn't really matter as a trader though, because what interests me as a trader is the fact that this went, and I'm showing you 5-minute candles here. So this one went yesterday, basically from 240 up to almost 310 in about a half hour. Okay, then today went up over $3 again before closing at its lows. So I mean, it wasn't a great close, but sometimes, and I'll zoom in now. You do. This is the one I just talked about. It's got a history of making decent moves. This is what looks like a little candle right here. Still went from 294. Where am I? Yeah, from 294 to almost 4. So what is that? From 3 to 4, that's like a 30% move in one day. These interest me a lot. So then you had a spike here from 217 to, almost $1, almost a 50% move here. And then today, a little bit lower volume, closing at its lows. A lot of times you get another play. And you've got catalyst to the left if that does get going. So this is one of my favorites going into tomorrow because it's so obscure, but also because it makes those big moves. VNET gapped up the other day, gave a lot of it back, and it's just creeping and building higher lows and higher highs. This one might just rip higher tomorrow. We'll see. Only with the proper setup again. That's VNET. MRNS may get up into the gap. Okay, so it gapped down here. The high back here was $1.98. You had a lower high here of $1.81. It took out that $1.81 briefly today by going to $1.85 before closing at $1.76. So up over this, last couple weeks high, maybe you break out into the gap. So I think it's worth watching. And I'm not sure if this is on the list or not. ASPN is in my notes. Don't know if I'm going to put that on the member page list or not, but it did get a little bit of a volume spike. And you know what? I'm going to put that on my watch list too. ASPN, see if it can't break out. We'll add gap plays in the morning as a team. We all work together and search and find potential gap plays. And a lot of times we can get our daily goal if we catch a decent gap play with the setups that we teach. And I only take them if they meet those parameters. So between this list and the gap plays, hopefully we'll have a nice day tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.